So, like I said, I've never experienced it, but just watching how chaotic Lisa's divorce is, it kind of scares me a little bit. It's kind of scary.
What about, Jody? We've even seen on the show this season, like, I forgot who referred to this about like how, poor Jody, like he puts up, it's got to be hard to hear about Lenny all the time and in the press if you're Jody.
Well, my friend, you got to watch because it's so much more coming. And this is a topic that you have to watch because it's coming.
It's coming.
You'll see. We all have our own opinions on everything. You'll see.
Okay. What about, I am going to watch. What about, it just came out like recently, Lisa has said, I was emotionally and physically abused. And then there's this picture that surfaces where she has a bruise. And it's, Lenny says, come on, I never did that. Like, how do you feel about this?
I literally find out with everybody else in the press. And I haven't had a conversation with Lisa. I really, whatever you're reading, that's like, I'm being honest. I'm reading the exact same thing. And I was in shock. And everybody know, like, we kind of don't really fuck with Lenny. But I don't think anything when it comes to an abusive person. I went through it before, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, if this is true, it's horrible. It's horrible, and I'm glad that she's speaking out. But again, I'm finding out everything with you guys, just as you are finding out too. So, yeah.
Do you think it's true? You're like whispering your answer now. Yes.
I mean, at this point, I no comment. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I believe Lisa, but again, I don't know how to talk about this subject because I've been through physical abuse, and it's something that it's gonna bring back, like, no. If this is true, like, it's really, it's fucked up, and I stand with Lisa. I don't. No comment.
Why do you say
that's something legal they're still figuring out? So I don't want to comment on that.
That's fair enough. Why do you say, like, everyone knows not to fuck with Lenny? Is it just because he has a ton of money? Is it just because he keeps this going?
No. What I mean by that, remember, see, that's why English get messed up. What I mean by that, we all, right, like, we all in the group, we all kind of feel some type of way about Lenny anyway. So, we're always going to have Lisa's back. So we don't fuck, like, us as a group, we don't fuck with Lenny. So you guys know how we feel about Lenny. You've seen last season, we all like,
Yes. What about this statement where it's out there that, well, do you ever run into Lenny and Katerina ever out and about?
I believe, well, not both of them. I ran into the girl a few times, and she even went, okay, I went to this event, the Maxim, was it Maxim? One of those events during swim week, during Miami swim week. And this guy just came and just started talking to me. And then I find out that he was telling me, like, it's almost like he knew who I was. And then he just came, tried to have a conversation. And you know me, I'm like, I'm a people's person. So I make everyone feel welcome. We're drinking, and then he's getting comfortable. We're like, because I feel like I know him, but I don't know him. So I'm making him feel welcome with my group of friends, and we're chatting. And then after a few shots, because one thing I'll do, I'll let you take shots so you can open up. And then he was like, well, I'm Katerina, best friend. you know, blah, blah. I even have his Instagram. And I was like, oh, wow. Then I kind of like stay quiet because I'm like, okay, you know her. I don't want to deal with you because next thing they're going to find that, they're going to think that I'm hanging out with her or her best friend. And I don't even know you, dude. Like, you know, my loyalty is always going to be with my girl, Lisa, no matter what differences we have. So, and then afterward, he started following me. And then a couple of days later, she reached out to the agency that I'm signed with.
Katarina reached out?
Yeah, trying to get signed with the modeling agency I'm with. So I'm like, is this girl trying to get that was my thought at the moment. Like, is she trying to get close to me so she can have a friends in common? But then my agency ended up not signing her. I think she ended up signing with somebody else. So I was like, okay. So I let it go, didn't talk about it. But yeah, I feel like and I ran into her. I was at this Bauman charity fashion event. I think she was one of the models walking, and me and Guerdy was looking at each other like, is that her? Because sometimes we're like, is that her? Is that we don't really know. We were like, is that her? And that was her. Yeah, I think I've seen her. Once I saw her while I was with Larsa out partying. We saw her. Yeah, I've seen her a few times, but I don't know her good enough to even. And even if I did know her, I don't like people that breaks home.
Yeah. How long were you talking to this guy that says he's her best friend before he revealed he was her best friend?
I think we were talking for a good 10, 15 minutes. And then after he got a little bit of alcohol in him, he was like, oh, by the way, I know so and so, I'm her best friend. And then I was like, wait, then why are you here talking to me when you know I know Lisa, you know? So I just kind of felt like the whole thing was kind of planned, but I just didn't give life to it. So I left it, dropped it.
And did he try to, before he revealed this, did he try to ask you questions about Lisa or?
No, there was no question. He was just trying to get comfortable, trying to get close to me. And that's all it was. And when I admit that, I kind of pushed myself back. And funny enough, a couple of days later, she reached out to my agency. And then I remember my agent messaged me and was like, isn't this the well, I shouldn't say this, but he was like, isn't this the same? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, what's going on? He was like, yeah, reach out, you want to get signed. I was like, oh, I don't have nothing to do with this, you know, because I cannot tell him who to sign, who not to sign, you know, it's not my business. But I was like, I don't want anything to have to do with that. But yeah, that's what happened.
And then they just decided not to sign her.
Yeah, and I think now she's signed with someone else. Yeah.
And I wonder why she reached out. Why do you think she reached out to kind of be in the same agency and get close to you to kind of get info on Lisa or just befriend you to come on the show?
Hey, nowadays anybody will do anything to get to where they want to be at. So I wouldn't even pass that. Like you just never know. You never know. But it was just strange. You know, we're talking about this because it was a little strange.